Standby?
Yeah. All right. We're live on Facebook.
Oh, great.
Not on the radio. It's a two-step process.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah. It's all good. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 425 Show, your place to be for all things real estate and lifestyle related. I'm your host, Nicole Mangina with Windermere Real Estate. Happy Tuesday. Happy sunny Tuesday. Whew, there's a lot of rain over the weekend. But it's sunny. It's voting day. If you haven't voted already, get out and vote. Every vote counts, and it matters, so do it. It is important. And, usually I do a real estate update at the beginning of the show. It was really quiet in real estate last week. I think Halloween on a Wednesday threw everybody for a loop, kids and adults included. So it was a little quiet. And even though it's a midterm election versus maybe a bigger one, I think there's some wait and see stuff going on right now. So I expect things to shake loose. The Northwest Multiple Listing Service does their stats on a monthly basis, and that comes out later today. So stay tuned next week. We'll have those stats for you on the show and a little bit of, how it can affect you as both a buyer and a seller, because we've got price things we're looking at and interest rates. As interest rates go up, that affects your ability to purchase, which affects you as a buyer, but then also ultimately affects sales prices. So we'll have a little more insight on that next week once we get those stats from the Multiple Listing Service. And now, without further ado, I'm excited to introduce today's guest, Janice Vache. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
with
thank you. Yeah, with Lake Washington Pantry Packs.
Yes.
I am excited to have you here. I've talked about you often on the show because I think Pantry Packs is such a vital and important and wonderful service. The Pantry Packs that we are going to talk about today is focused on the Lake Washington School District, but many school districts have services like this. So if it's something that hits home for you and is something you want to get involved in, we'll have all kinds of tips for you today with Lake Washington, but I would encourage you to reach out to your local school district because more often than not, there's probably some kind of service like this that you can participate in.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, thanks for having me.
And
being such a great supporter of
oh my goodness,
feeding programs and students, and it's fantastic. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, so tell us what Pantry Packs is about. I know kind of the part that we see and hear about the most is the weekend food.
Yes.
For kids that might not have anything to eat, actually.
Right.
From Friday when school gets out to Monday when school starts. But I know there's a lot more that you are involved in through the Pantry Packs program.
Yeah, it really does seem very simple on the surface that Pantry Packs is just providing weekend packs for students at their schools. They don't have to go any other place to collect them.
Right.
It's, meeting them where they're at and alleviating that possible hunger over the weekend so that they're not coming to school on Monday hungry, unfocused, sick.
Right.
All of those issues that come with not getting enough to eat.
Yeah.
So the Pantry Packs program provides the weekend food at the Lake Washington School District schools. We're serving 45 schools this year.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. We have great connections with each of the schools. We have an in-school coordinator who's often a counselor at the school who identifies the students. We never know who they are. They're completely anonymous.
Right.
And they just let us know what their count is.
Perfect.
And then we provide the packs through volunteer drivers who
Okay.
once a month deliver the packs to the schools.
Okay.
And then the counselors give them out every weekend.
That's great. And this is all the way through elementary, middle school, high school.
And preschool.
And
if
great.
it's a preschool that's within the school district,
Okay.
On campus, then we are also providing to them.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with this?
I know, kind of weird. I think like so many of our volunteers that we just heard about it, and like you, this is great. I want to help. I want to pack the packs. I want to have a food drive. I did kind of at that level. And in about, fall of 2014, I think it was, maybe 15, I just heard about an opportunity. They needed some writing for their website. We're all volunteers, and I said, oh, I can help with that. And then it turned into about 3 of us, core volunteers as the leadership team.
Great.
That's Marlene Backnitz and Karen
Okay.
Matvienko are my partners, as well as Lauren Gaddy. She's joined us, and they are actually off buying food right now at Costco for our
That's
event
great.
tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm representing Pantry Packs with you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A little divide and conquer.
Yeah, it really is.
I love it.
That is so much what our operation is: divide and conquer.
That's great. Well, and there's lots of ways to be involved with Pantry Packs. There are, oftentimes they just donate money, right? Because then you guys know exactly what you need. But there's usually a list that comes home as well that, I know at least in elementary school when my son was there. Now he's in middle school. I haven't seen it come home, although we're new into middle school with him, of, these are the types of foods that you guys use in the Pantry Packs.
Yes.
And I think that is a wonderful thing as well. It's wonderful that you provide it for these children that need this food, but it also is a great way for kids to get involved in service, right? I love living here in the Northwest. I think there is no better place in this country to live and raise children. It's just wonderful.
It is. Yeah.
But, we live in Kirkland as well, and it's for the most part, a fairly affluent area. And as much as I love raising my children there, it's important that they know there's more to life than, gosh, I didn't get to play video games today, and oh, this is just awful, right? So I have done that with the boys, right? I think sometimes having the or being able to go purchase the food with the kids and talk about it is a great thing, and then, to physically be able to donate the food, there's something wonderful about that as well. And so you accommodate both of those. In fact, with the boys, I think it's the end of this month. Is it November 28th?
Yes.
We're coming in to actually do the Pantry Packs and put those together. And I'm excited to do this with the kids because that's important. I think there's a lot of value to be learned from, and a lot of satisfaction to be able to do something for other people.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons we have our packing events set up to be Wednesday afternoons, because it's early release, and so the kids are getting out of school, they can come with their parents and help pack the packs, they can help unpack the food. We actually have 2 events now every month that we've moved into our new warehouse space. So mid-month we unpack all of our bulk food purchases and get all the lines set up. And then 2 weeks later, we have our big packing assembly line.
Got it.
And all the volunteers coming through and packing our packs. And
wow.
Yeah. And we have kids that help their parents as drivers, so they come and count out the packs that their schools need and help deliver them to their schools. We have high school students that run food drives outside of grocery stores for us as community service projects.
Love it.
We have other groups who will, collect or purchase food for the packs, and they'll pack it at their own site, and then deliver the completed packs to us.
That's good. That's a lot of logistics. I love that you have so many different ways for people to get involved.
Yes.
But I know that creates probably quite a bit of a logistical setup on your end. So thank you, especially because you are volunteers doing this. So I so appreciate that you make it easy for others to volunteer and participate, knowing that might add a little bit more to your own personal to-do list.
Right. And this program really is so much about logistics. It's so true. And, it's skill building.
It's a wonderful way to look at it.
But we have so much help. I mean, besides the 4 of us on the volunteer leadership team, we have some other core volunteers, some that come in and sort the donated food into our different food categories.
Yes.
We have a food drive coordinator who will help any group that wants to set up a food drive. She'll help them with the logistics.
Okay, great.
Which is a great resource to have. We have people who come to every event and they know the line. They have it all set up and dialed in.
Sure.
And, it's really great to see just how much community support there is.
I love it. And to be able to affect your local community.
Yes.
I think it's great, to do charitable donations or do things far and wide, but there's something beautiful about affecting your community and really being able to feel that and experience it that I think is really wonderful.
Right. It's very much micro volunteering.
Yes. That is great. So, and you brought a sample pantry pack.
Yes.
So what goes into these things?
Yes. So, the food items might vary a little bit, and brand and type, but we really have some challenges as far as the pack go, and it's a balancing act. So cost, obviously, when we've got at least 34 units every month of protein.
Right.
Even adding 20 to 50 cents on to each can,
Yes.
that can be thousands of extra dollars. So price is very much a consideration. We also look for as much nutritional value as we can get within non-perishable food items.
Yeah,
because
right. That's the other tricky part.
That's the tricky part, because they come to our warehouse, and even though we try to get them out that same month, they may be sitting at the school for all the way until the end of the month.
Right.
And sometimes there's leftovers, so it really has to be shelf stable. But for like our meal, we always look for 7 grams of protein or more.
Okay.
Anything under that goes into the soup category.
Got it.
Which we also have either a can of soup, top ramen, something
Sure.
like that. Mac and cheese, it's always really popular with kids. But if they have access to tuna, or they can mix it with the protein, and you can get a bulkier meal that way.
Yeah.
Couple of breakfasts. Sometimes it's cereal, sometimes oatmeal.
Sure.
We also were able to get good pricing on shelf-stable milk. That was
wonderful.
something new within the last year,
Okay.
and we're really happy about that.
Yeah.
And they all have a couple of granola bars, a couple of snacks, and microwave popcorn. And we've also introduced...
I love that. I love that you do popcorn.
Yes, yeah, because it's fun.
You need something fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And a high protein snack, or a
Okay.
high fiber too. That's another
interesting.
Thing we added to the
Yeah.
packs. And then some type of fruit. It would be a fruit pouch, a fruit cup, canned fruit,
Yeah.
etc. The other consideration is that we don't want the packs to be too heavy.
Right.
Because you think of these little kindergartners.
Oh, I know. God bless them.
And their backpacks.
You're just waiting for them to tip over backwards.
Yes. Or like middle school. I mean, my middle
Yes.
schooler's backpack is so heavy and stuffed right now.
Yes.
So it really is kind of that balancing act, and what kinds of foods we can source, and we're always trying to work with local companies and grocery stores to see what kind of good pricing and delivery we can get.
Perfect. Yeah, I would imagine that's a whole logistical thing, just monitoring all the sales and where can you go. And
Yes.
because stretching $1 really
It
matters for sure.
It really, really does. And, we really don't want to compromise on the nutrition. And so it's that challenge of finding those kinds of items. And
Yeah.
yeah. And, like the Redmond Costco has been great about working with
wonderful.
us and making the process of purchasing easier.
Good.
It still takes multiple volunteers to go and pick the items off the shelves
Sure.
and that. But, when they're willing to work with you at the checkout, and it just makes that process smoother. We'd love to work with some other local stores and,
Sure.
harness that kind of purchasing power.
Absolutely. And if you're out there listening and you think you'd like to get involved with Pantry Packs or donate, whether it's time, money, whatever that might be, we will have all of the contact information on the website after the show. If you go to NicoleMangina.com/podcast, we'll have all the links to get you set up so that you can do this, because it's so important.
Yeah, thank you.
And you guys, I think you mentioned it earlier, and then I was reading it on your website this morning. You just opened a new warehouse.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's the other
Yes.
thing. This is a big
Huge.
deal, right? You are way past being a garage, somebody's,
Right.
like this is you have a whole warehouse dedicated to this.
But that garage is where the program started. It
Yes.
was very much a grassroots, started, a couple school employees noticed a need, and
Yes.
volunteers got involved, and then more kids were identified, and, volunteers are storing food in their garage and borrowing space from churches and mother-in-law apartments.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I love it.
But then, the camp got to be about 350 students, and very unmanageable.
Yeah.
So the program actually shifted then to become a Hope Link program. And
Right.
So we were in their warehouse for
Right.
a couple of years.
Okay.
It was still the program was run by volunteers, but we had access to the warehouse and the space and some of their purchasing venues. So that was a great help. But then again, we got big.
Yeah.
And now we're at 800 to 850 students a year.
Wow.
So now we're part of the Lake Washington Schools Foundation.
Yes.
And that became official in July of 2017, but we had a year left in the Hope Link warehouse.
Okay.
So we kind of transitioned there, and
Got
then
it.
this summer we moved into our new space in Redmond off Willows Road. It's great. It's so wonderful having Pantry Packs dedicated space.
Yes.
So we can set it up and turn it around in the way that we need to and maximize the space and the storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great having their support.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, Pantry Packs is a Lake Washington program, but most school districts have some type of program like this. So if whatever school district you're in, even $10 a month can make a difference, right?
Oh, for sure.
Any amount matters. If you just want to donate, a one-time thing or a monthly thing, it is so worth doing. 800 kids.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yes, every week.
I can't even do that math in my head that fast, but that's a lot.
It is a lot. And so, that's what I was saying, when you've got 3,400 units or when you're purchasing food, I mean, we kind of estimated it out. It's about 27 pallets worth of food every month.
Wow.
So if you go to Costco and you want to count 27 pallets, stacked up about 4.5, 5 feet tall,
yes,
of food is going out the door to these kids every month.
And these are moved like usually in personal cars, right? It's not like you have a semi truck that then transports these.
No.
This is like multiple trips and cars, SUVs.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes, I like to think of it as the drivers descending on the packing party on
swarm.
Wednesdays. Yeah. And then they fan out across the district.
Love it.
It's like an army, maneuvering. But there's some Tetris going on in their cars, trying to find space for the packs and kids and whatever else. Yeah, but we have some drivers who've been doing it for years, and then maybe they started in their elementary school, and then their kids left, and then they moved up to the middle school, into the high school, and that's the kind of longevity you want.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What other programs do you have coming up, or opportunities for people to get involved?
Yes.
Right? I know we've got an event tomorrow.
We have an event tomorrow. It's our unpacking prepping party.
Okay.
That sign up is full.
Okay.
And then the sign up for our November 28th packing event is full.
Okay.
And since we moved to the warehouse space, we've been sort of trickling out our sign ups. We used to kind of release them in batches, but we needed to kind of proof the process in the new space and how things are going to work. And I think we're getting a good handle on that. So we'll start releasing those. If people are interested, they can go to the Pantry Packs webpage.
Okay.
And at the bottom, there's a link that says Volunteer Opportunities Notice.
Perfect.
And so whenever we send out the new sign-ups, we send it to that list.
Got it.
And then any other kind of volunteer opportunities.
Perfect. But as a general rule, there's 2 volunteer opportunities a month.
Yes.
1 the unpacking and 2 the packing.
Yes.
Or you can jump in anytime and go buy stuff, drop it off, all that kind of stuff.
If people want to donate food, they can contact us. We can tell them when the drop-off times are, or if they wanted to arrange a food drive or their own packing event, we can put them in touch with the packing coordinator.
Got it.
We're also identifying some new needs.
Okay.
One would be somebody with a truck, like a box truck, or some kind of cargo, like large truck, that's semi-flexible, that can help us go to the grocery stores and pick up our orders and bring them to the hub. We would also love somebody, and this would be a great job for somebody maybe with younger kids that wants to do it from home. But with our change from Hope Link to the Lake Washington Schools Foundation, there's a lot of old information on, PTA websites or other people that have supported the program.
That's a lot of logistics,
Yeah, but if somebody was willing to kind of just go down the list and look at the websites and then contact the webmasters and, with a new logo and some new information, I mean, that's a kind of volunteer work I did when my kids were just little, and it was great. You just do it when you have time. And
perfect. Yeah. Almost seems like it could be a good high school service project thing.
That could work too.
I'm just thinking, in my mid-40s, sometimes when you start talking about technical stuff, I'm like, I don't know, but the kids could probably bang that thing out pretty quick.
Right.
How do you get the new logo added to a website? Mom, you just do it like this.
Yeah, they've got it all dialed.
It would take me weeks.
But we've also talked about doing some video filming of our packing events, so that if people wanted to pack, we could post it on the webpage, and then they would have sort of a template to go off of for their own events. Yeah, so
that could be fun. It seems like another good. I'm just always trying to figure out ways to get the kids involved, right? Like a video art project, something.
Especially the high schoolers in their production classes.
Yes, exactly. They're always trying to figure out things to do.
Right.
So,
Right.
again, if you would like to get involved, we will have all of the information on the website after the show. It's such an amazing organization, Pantry Packs. You can always go to NicoleMangina.com after the show, and we'll have all the stuff so you can get involved and do this. Now, you have 2 kids as well, 8th and 11th. Do they participate in Pantry Packs?
Yes.
Help with getting all that stuff set up? And
Yeah,
going?
they've done stuff for me at home, and then
Okay.
they helped us move. It was a caravan of cars.
I bet.
Moving from the Hope Link warehouse this summer into the new space, and my son's driving now, so we got to load up his car too.
That's great, and he's probably still at that age. He'll run any errand you possibly could need
Yes.
because it means he gets to drive,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So he's more than happy to do all that.
And when we were at Hope Link, he got to work the pallet jacks.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, right.
I would
good.
be into that.
I know,
That's
it is
great.
kind of fun. It's kind of awkward also.
I bet.
Yeah. So and they've been to packing events, and they've helped set up for other events, and so
That's
they're
great.
involved. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Awesome. I am so glad that you've joined us today to share all of this. Anything else that we should know about Pantry Packs?
Yeah, so we are a Lake Washington Schools Foundation program,
Right.
one of their many good works that they're doing within the school
Yes.
district. But we also have some other fundraising support
Okay.
through Feed Washington,
Okay.
which is a statewide organization that
great.
raises money for student or childhood feeding programs.
Okay.
And that's their focus. So
Got it.
they have done past fundraisers for Pantry Packs.
Nice.
They did a video campaign a couple years ago. Last December, they did one within schools. They had ambassadors in each school and
Nice.
raising funds.
Okay.
And they're going to do another one in December.
Okay.
So I know that sometimes it seems a little confusing because, we've had questions like, is this legit? They say they're raising money for you, but, and I do want to say it is legit.
Yes.
And that'll be another way that people could get involved if they want to
Feed
be
Washington.
Feed Washington.
Okay.
If they want to be a champion within their school
Oh,
to
okay.
raise money to support the students in their school and Pantry Packs wide.
Got it.
Yeah.
Love it. Perfect.
You have a lot going on.
Yes, you do. It's phenomenal. I love it. And I love that you make it so easy for people to be involved. So again, we'll have everything on the website after the show. But in our last little bit, I'd love to just talk about, it's the 425 show. It's all about what makes living, on the East Side such a great place to be. And I firmly believe that, your house is your house, right? And we love our homes, but it's really about what surrounds it. The people, the places, organizations like this are what makes this a phenomenal place to live.
Yes.
Right? I think it is awesome. But I'd love to know from you, what do you love about living in the 425? What are some of your favorite places?
Well, places. Well, I thought if you were just talking favorites,
Well,
I would
it doesn't
say,
have to be a place. It could be anything.
I would say the people, because
Yes.
you are right that it is a pretty affluent school district, and when people learn that there are kids going hungry,
Yes.
their immediate thought is not that they're appalled, that it's
But you're surprised.
you're surprised, but
Right.
it's what can I do to help?
Yes.
It's that instinct to make things better.
For
And
sure.
that's what I love.
Yeah.
And we see that all the time, and it just reinforces that people in the Northwest have good hearts.
They do. I know. That's one of the things I love about this area.
Yeah.
Very active people, for sure. Are you from here? Are you born and raised here?
No, I'm an Army brat.
Oh, I'm Air Force.
Oh yeah,
Nice,
yeah. So we balanced.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, but I did actively choose to stay here.
Uh-huh.
And my
Same.
husband is born and raised Redmond, went to UW. Like he has a very different perspective, but I love that my kids kind of get to grow up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I grew up moving all over. Loved moving because that was all I knew, and I loved experiencing all of those things. But I live in Kirkland now. I don't think I could move to Bellevue. Like, I'm just so entrenched
I know.
in where I'm at. Bellevue's awesome and has nothing to do with Bellevue, but I'm just like, no, I have my system.
Right.
I got my stuff.
It's true, but I think that's the thing is like
Yeah.
we've chosen.
Exactly.
And when you choose like that, you're really in it.
Yes, for sure. Well, we like to travel a lot because I do want the kids to experience different things.
Yes.
But we have no desire to move at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you around when we're 80.
Yeah. Totally. What are some of your favorite things to do with the kids in the 425?
Oh, let's see. We used to do rock climbing over at Vertical World.
Oh,
and
nice.
That was really fun.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time still on the soccer fields.
Yes.
Right? So 60 acres,
Yes,
Marymore, all
all-consuming.
of those. Yes.
Yes.
Both of my kids play. We like to go to Studio East and see some of the performances there.
It's amazing. Studio East is the kids with their acting and performing.
Yes.
They're just amazing.
Yes, and my daughter's taking some classes there. And,
Okay.
You know, she's had a lot of fun, and there's some local directors that have done her school plays, and,
That's
you know,
great.
and we go to the ones at the high school because those are fun too. We
Yeah.
want to support the kids, and yeah,
Very fun.
yeah,
Very cool. Do your kids do year-round soccer?
they do.
All right. You guys are more, we're a baseball family primarily, but
Yeah.
at least we get rainouts. You guys don't get rainouts.
No, we don't get any rainouts. In fact, my son for Christmas got me a pod. Have you seen the pods?
No.
It's a pop-up.
Okay.
And it's fully enclosed. It's got these clear plastic windows that
Okay.
you can look through. And yes, it's totally dorky, but I absolutely used it last
If you
winter
are warm
because
and dry,
then that's it.
who cares? And everybody else is jealous.
That's what I figured. So I just unzipped the little plastic and I could peer out and watch him. And yeah, he thought it was pretty funny. I don't think he actually thought I would use it.
Well,
If
that'll
it's
teach
keeping
him.
me warm, I will use it.
You will do anything to stay warm.
Yes, I
At
will.
your kids' sporting events.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, our youngest, he plays Parks and Rec soccer, and my husband took him this on Sunday, and it rained all day, right? But
Yeah.
and I was out walking the dog, and we just got stuck in this downpour, and we're like a mile from home, and she's just looking at me like, make it stop. I'm, honey, I can't. Like, we just have to keep going. We're stuck out here.
Yeah, yeah.
She was not a fan. So,
Yeah, we're used to it. We're hardy.
yeah, that's true. So, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I am excited to see you guys and
Yeah.
bringing the boys on November 28th to that packing.
I'm so glad you can make it.
Yeah, it'll be great for them. I'm excited to be there, and then it'll be fun to see your new facility as
yes,
well.
yes.
So, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, well, because I think you have it on the website, your like wish list of food and everything, right?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Same links on the webpage.
Great.
It's a kid-friendly food list.
Okay.
There are food drive instructions. There's do it
Got it.
yourself. Yeah.
Okay, because we might go do a little shopping before we come. It'll be a good experience for them.
Oh, thank you.
So awesome. Thank you again, Janice, for joining us today. I so appreciate you taking the time to do this. And thank you for all the time that you dedicate to Pantry Packs, because it is well worth it for sure.
Oh, it's very fulfilling, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. We will see you next week on the 425 Show. Bye.
All clear. Nice job, ladies.